Hey everyone, this is Petrifying Pumpkins here. It's our new channel name. And I'm with John here, and I've got access to the Uncharted 4 beta as you're seeing on the screen right now. John doesn't. John has some questions about us. I'm showing him. He's going to ask me some questions. I'm going to answer them. We've already done this once, and we had a fuck up, technical issues. So we're trying to get this done again.
Yeah, the Skype recorder I used only recorded my audio, so it sounded like I was having a 9 minute, 51 second conversation with myself alone.
So nothing different then.
Nothing different, no. So we've been through this already, and like one of the things I asked was because it seemed like it was really hard, you had a hard time killing this guy, and now that I watch back, I see you just missed a lot of shots. But my
Yeah.
first time, I thought they just took a long time to drop. So like, I guess do they take a long time to drop? Even though I know the answer to this.
Yeah, well, with that particular weapon, you got to be kind of pinpoint with your shots. Like if I had an assault rifle, like you suggested earlier on, I'm pretty sure I could like spray it around more, and I would have got luckier with the hits. But yeah, what I was saying is this game, the multiplayer in Uncharted 4 has borrowed heavily from The Last of Us. So the time to kill them, to drop them, isn't that much different from like Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 3. The difference is that you drop them to their knees now, so they go down in a down state, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, it's sort of like you get a chance to come back. You move quick enough in that state. It seems like you move faster than in The
Yeah,
Last of Us.
yeah, you do. Definitely, this whole Uncharted, everything about Uncharted is way faster than The Last of Us. But in that state, you have a chance to be revived. You can press X, mash X to be called out. Like every character you pick has some lines, and they might chatter with each other throughout the match, which is nice.
Yeah, we were saying that earlier too. That's always like a little detail that makes multiplayer I think more exciting almost. Like when
Yeah,
when your characters that you're playing are acknowledging each other, it's always kind of cool. Um,
this game, right? Well, so far what I played is like full of details. Like you spin the camera around, study their face, you're gonna see like little twitches in their face and the muscles and shit like that. And my favorite thing, and you've already talked about, is the gun straps. So like, let's say I'm switching guns, the gun doesn't just magically switch in their hands. Like the person will duck their head and let the strap go over their head, and the strap will hang loose and shake around when you're shooting, and the strap will like
that's
hit
so cool.
hit up against objects in the walls
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
that's the little details. It's sort of like when you're playing maybe a character in any other game with a long coat, and then the coat's kind of like dropping through the floor
Yeah,
or like spazzing out around the place.
yeah,
I know it's like pretty difficult to do, isn't it?
yeah. Even in this, sometimes like the strap will clip in their hand,
Yeah,
stuff like that. Like I don't think clipping is ever going to go away for at least another few years. I don't know how they're going to fix that, but
yeah. I'm not in the biz to know, but
exactly. So anyway, what you're seeing on screen there, which should be like a mystical, like those
yeah,
fireball things, like that's the big new thing in this, which is like everything you do, you earn money. So if you're American people, if you're assistant, if you're killing, you're earning dollars. Spend those dollars in the shop. Press the touchpad, brings up a little wheel, and that's the shop. So you got like four selections, depending on your loadouts, you'll have different options. But the top one will be your mysticals. So like mysticals might have seemed overpowered at first, but actually I haven't played them. They're not really. They're kind of used as tactical, like to change.
well, they gotta be good as well. They can't like be not a little bit OP.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you
Like
have to.
one,
It has to be worth it.
the one you saw there was from the first game, so they're all like fan service kind of things. They span like little nods, and you know.
Yeah.
But that first one was the Wrath of El Dorado. So let's say you got a bunch of guys bunched up in one area, you want to clear them out. Fuck that in between them. This coffin shoot pisses out fucking red blobs at them, and they need to scatter. If they get hit like four times, they're down. Maybe three times. But they have enough time to escape, is what I'm saying. Like, so that's not really that overpowered.
Yeah, it's down to them being alert, but people will still die. You know, like I died in an online multiplayer game. This
Yeah.
game is horseshit. It's like, look, it's gonna happen. You see that so much where people are like nearly shocked that they can die.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about there, you might see Sidekick Lost,
Yeah,
but you can buy sidekicks now. So the one I had here was a sniper. So I go to high ground, purchase a sniper, and then it's an NPC character that you play somewhere in the world. So there's the Bruce as well, which goes around with a fucking minigun, and he absolutely wrecks, and he's hard to take down. There's the Hunter, who goes around and he'll put someone in a stranglehold
oh, that's cool.
and easily kill them.
Yeah, you actually wrecked like I think 2 to 3 guys there.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, three.
there's a
Some good
medic guy
play.
as well.
This is you were saying as well that you have a sick comeback in this game. So what's
Yeah,
going on?
in the score, I can't really see it from here, this angle here.
13-23.
Yeah, so it's up to 35, right? So I'm on the blue score, right? And you'll see how it happens anyway. But keep an eye on the score while we're talking.
Yeah.
This is only-
So we might as well get this in earlier because we left it too late last time. Maybe it's a bit too early. I was just going to ask you, like, do you like? Is this? Do you think the best Uncharted multiplayer so far?
Too early to say. It's definitely a lot better than 3. I think 3 I didn't like so much. It's definitely a
Yeah.
lot. It leans a lot closer to 2. But once I
Yeah,
got more maps,
2 was actually fun after I got better with it. I initially didn't like it at all, but like it was the only game we could play together. So once I started playing it more, and also seeing you playing, like you were dominating.
yes, you
Um,
might see that little grenade thing that's on the ground. It's like a big
yeah, what
like
is that?
that's someone else's ability. So they throw like a grenade, and if you walk into that dome, you move in slow motion.
That's cool.
I don't know the name of that power yet.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's
But
actually like that's a really interesting ability to have.
yeah,
It's a good way to like. It's obviously it's really tough to do slow mo in multiplayer games.
yeah.
You know.
But it, like moves
Yeah.
their slows their movement. Whoever's inside.
Do you know what's interesting is watching it, and I didn't know so much. I didn't know that the multiplayer was a little bit deeper than before. I wasn't that interested. I didn't buy the the collection in time to get the beta. It was on sale, and I forgot all about it. So I was like, I'm glad I didn't get it now because it doesn't look that fun. But the more you're telling me about it, and like these kind of cool new things that are in there, it does seem more interesting and a little bit more salty that I can't play it.
But another thing I should have mentioned earlier on probably is like in 2 and 3 it was very much arena kind of multiplayer. So like attacks could come in from any angle, that kind of a way. But now
Yeah.
there's like a lot more The Last of Us. It's a lot more tactical. It's a lot more team based. So they described it as fronts. So like two fronts moving together rather than just like random shooting coming out everywhere. So you can still flank. You still have freedom to get around and all that kind of stuff. But it does heavily encourage teamwork this time around, especially with like the mysticals that kind of complement each other
Yeah,
and with
I
the
get
map,
you.
all that kind of stuff.
Coordinating your abilities, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and not just spamming them. Oh, I have this. I'll use it on the first guy I see.
Yeah.
I find I do that a lot in multiplayer games. Well, rather I don't do it, but like where I'll hoard an ability because I'm just like in Battlefront, which I'm playing now. You might just get like a thermal grenade. It's a really good grenade. And when I used to get them at first, I'd be like, just throw it at the first guy. But now I'm waiting for like groups of them because it just wrecks.
Yeah.
You know,
Thinking smart.
yeah, not relevant anyways
Yeah.
to Uncharted.
Another thing I should talk about as well is actually bigger than I expected. Like, is the grapple hook. So you might have seen that in videos
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
and
I
like
think it's really cool as well.
I told you this already, but I'll say it again. But I had thought that would just be like a one button hit, and he'd automatically do the swing, whatever. But there's like a lot more control over it. So you hit like it's easy.
Yeah, you might be about to do it here. So
Yeah.
what's going on now?
So I'm holding L1. She tosses the rope up. I have to jump myself.
Oh, that's cool.
I have to guide the momentum so I can swing like in a circle if I want, or like in an
That's
arc.
unreal. So you could like swing around some enemies.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. And I can land on them as well and do a special melee if you're from above like that.
Yeah, it gives you a chance to be more survivable, I suppose, while swinging.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you have to
obviously it'd
jump
be hard
off.
to hit.
You have to time your jump right, and
Yeah.
it's easy to fuck up.
You know, it does look good. It doesn't have that multiplayer pass thing. Remember that? That's dropped now, isn't it? I haven't really heard about that in a long time.
Yeah, that's sure that we got like PS Plus now, so
That stopped me from playing Uncharted 3, I believe. I think we got that sorted in the end, but I remember for ages, like I had it and we couldn't do anything together because I didn't have that multiplayer pass.
yeah, that was nice.
Anyways, not relevant, just a little memory that came back and thought I'd share.
So what else should I talk about here?
You see here what's going on the screen? What's this prick? He had a red icon over his head. We didn't get it last time. You weren't watching along.
I think he may have been a savior, which is a type of psychic. Like he's basically just a medic. He goes around healing people. If you haven't bought,
Okay.
tail you around and revive you. I
Well,
could be
that's kind
wrong.
of cool. Actually, that's a role I like to play in multiplayer games. Is like a support. Obviously still playing Dota a lot and like playing a support role.
Yeah,
I like them options in first person not first person games. Sorry, shooter games. You know, third or first person. That it's not just like, oh, I've got this gun and you've this gun. Like it's like, well, what abilities do you have? Or like, you may not be killing loads of people, but you're keeping the team alive and stuff like that.
yeah,
I love here you got like if you didn't let go of the rope.
yeah. I'm just mashing. But it's like, how do I? How the fuck? Turns out
I'm
it's circle.
stuck.
Let go of the rope.
Let go. How do I do that? Okay, we got like a little under a minute left. A good bit under a minute left. So, what's your closing thoughts on the beta so far?
Yeah, well, first of all, I definitely haven't played enough. Like, I definitely need to try out more guns, more mysticals, more like loadouts, whatever. But a lot better than 3. Could be better than 2. I like the influences from The Last of Us. A lot of people might find that a bit decisive. You know, that
Yeah,
might be a bit too. It might slow it down a bit too much or whatever.
it's a
But
sped up Last of Us by the looks of it, with more features.
also, look at that comeback.
Yeah, the comeback is real. Let's see your KD. So, anyways, actually, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more, let us know. See.